Welcome back for another video. The fixtures have just dropped for the entirety of the 22-23 season, so the planning can begin. In this video we'll be taking a look at the opening fixtures with a focus on which teams have the best fixtures and which players to consider for a Game Week 1 draft. There's some names which already look a lock from a Game Week 1 team here. This one's packed with useful info, so make sure you watch it till the end. There's lots of content to come during the pre-season and beyond, so hit subscribe so you don't miss out. Congrats again to Jamie Piggott, who was last season's FPL champion, who mentioned that he follows the content here too. The ticker on screen is sorted by difficulty and a link will be in the description if you'd like a copy. So let's take a look at the teams with the best fixtures and who to consider for Game Week 1. Starting with Arsenal, who have 5 straight green fixtures to open the season. They finished the 21-22 season disappointing start, but it is important to note that key players were missing, including Tierney and Partey. This had a knock-on effect at both ends of the pitch. Partey has recovered from his injury since the season concluded, and Tierney's return to be confirmed still. Saka's 20 goal contributions was the highest in the Arsenal side, and he scored 33 more points than any teammate. Tierney is an injury-prone player, however with the fixtures and a wildcard in the pocket, there is an opportunity to take a punt there, considering his ceiling. Between Game Week 15 and Game Week 19 of 21-22, Arsenal had a similar run of games where he scored 12-12, 7-2 and 13. He'll almost certainly come in at 5 mil, which isn't too costly. Liverpool will look to start the season strong with an opening fixture away to newly promoted Fulham. Last season no team took more than their 729 shots, or an XG of every 36.9 minutes. Although Salah had a season of 2 halves, we should remember how good he was in the first half of last season, registering 15 goals and 10 assists in the opening 17 games, blanking just once. With Sadio Mane likely on his way out of Liverpool, Luis Diaz could emerge as a great option, price dependent. He'll no doubt see a price rise, but the question is how high. He had an immediate impact and went straight into Klopp's first choice 11, having started several cup finals over teammate José. Considering the strength of their opening fixtures, one off Trent or Robertson are essential. It'll be very interesting to see how they're priced. Trent scored 22 more points, but he did make more appearances, and as you can see their points per match was practically even. It'll be a tough decision if Robertson comes in 0.5 mil cheaper, or if they are the same price then Trent would be my pick. Among defenders last season he had an expected goal involvement of 15.91, which was comfortably highest, second being Cancelo on 11.7. You can certainly make the case for doubling up, and this is already in my thinking too. That said, Man City have good opening fixtures, which makes Cancelo a very good alternative to the double up. On that note, let's look at Man City's fixtures next. Man City kicked the season off facing West Ham, with home games against Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and newly promoted Nottingham Forest in their opening 5. It's already looking like some really tough decisions are going to have to be made. De Bruyne was simply sensational last season, accruing 6.5 points per match from 15 goals and 8 assists. His 33 bonus points was actually more than any other player, despite playing just 2,200 minutes. Haaland's one of the signings of the summer and a very exciting new name joining us for 2022-23. He's a prolific goal scorer and he has all the attributes of a complete centre forward. It's without a doubt he'll thrive under this Man City side that never stops creating chances, and they were top of 21-22 for expected goal involvement. We expect to be priced somewhere around 12 mil, as will De Bruyne. Cancelo was the second top scoring defender last season with 201 points. In a Pep side that constantly rotates, his flexibility is what made him especially appealing, being able to play in either fullback position. His 1,356 touches in the final third was more than any defender, and he'll have Haaland to be feeding balls to now. Saka, Luis Diaz and Foden are all in the same boat where they'll only get better and better. Therefore Foden could be one to consider too if he shows some pre-season form. He didn't do enough for a price rise, perhaps even a price drop to 7.5 mil, but 8 mil looks realistic. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please hit like on it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more content to come. Wolves kicked their campaign off with 4 great fixtures in their opening 5. It's exciting to discuss all the premiums, but we'll need budget enablers, and therefore there could be a bunch of picks at Wolves. Last season offensively they were very poor, but they showed a lot of capability in defence. If Aït-Nouri and Semedo come in at 4.5 mil, they're 2 to consider. Just ensure they've got a player to rotate in for the Spurs game. The concern with Semedo is the return of Johnny. He's played such little football over the last couple of years, but he's capable of playing right wing back or even left wing back. 2 or 3 clean sheets from the opening 5 would be a great return and certainly possible. In attack, no names leap out. Last season we found ourselves with the likes of Hwang and Jimenez, who were all underwhelming. Next up is Chelsea with 5 excellent opening games. Tottenham in Game Week 2 could be a tough game, but in my opinion these huge games so early in the season often result in cagey affairs, so a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge wouldn't be that surprising. Chilwell has returned from injury, which had ruled him out from Game Week 30 to Game Week 38 last season. He only had 6 starts, but in that time he scored 3 goals and got an assist. The fullbacks in Tuchel's system are so involved that they're practically midfielders or even wingers sometimes, but classified as a defender. You'd imagine they'll be priced at 6 mil or perhaps 6.5 mil max. Reece James was involved in just 26 games, including several cameos, but he still registered 5 goals and 9 assists at a rate of a goal involvement just over every other game. It's looking like big at the back is the way to go, considering the fixtures and the explosivity of these defenders. Mason Mount's another one who's putting up better and better numbers every season. His 22 goal contributions was his highest ever, despite playing his fewest minutes ever. We'll monitor the pre-season closely to see how Chelsea line up, particularly up top with Lukaku reportedly looking to force a move away. If Chelsea don't sign a forward, then Havertz could come into our thinking. He only scored 8 times with 4 assists, so perhaps he could even see a price drop to 7.5 mil, while Mount likely to be 8 mil. It's also likely that Havertz gets reclassified as a forward though. Spurs start their season hosting Southampton, another top fixture to open proceedings. Son won the Golden Boot last campaign, joint with Salah after scoring 23 times. The question is whether he remains a midfielder or gets reclassified as a forward. In my opinion, he will remain a midfielder, in which case he's the better pick over Kane. He scored 7.4 points per game, 2.2 more than Kane. Considering the strength of the opening fixtures for Liverpool, Chelsea and Man City, do you think there's an opportunity to avoid Son? While Spurs play Chelsea and Wolves in Gameweek 2 and 3, Liverpool meanwhile have Crystal Palace and Man United, and Man City have Bournemouth and Newcastle. Son's ownership will no doubt be very high though, and if he makes your team, then captaincy rotation will be crucial for Gameweek 2. Doherty was really impressive when he finally broke into the Spurs team last season before picking up an injury which ruled him out for the remainder. He finished the campaign at 4.5 mil after a bunch of price drops, but a price rise to 5.5 mil to be expected. We've got Perisic as the defender here, but this one could go either way. He's been signed to play in left wing back and Conte has used him there before. Realistically, if he is a defender, he'll be very expensive, so probably one to watch initially. Conte does have a reputation for rotating his wing backs too. Aston Villa are another team worth highlighting. They start the season on the road to newly promoted Bournemouth, followed by Everton, Crystal Palace and then West Ham. Cash and Digne will almost certainly come in at 5 mil, so they're at a great price point as a third or fourth defender. Both carry plenty of attacking threat, and Gerrard will have a full pre-season under his belt, which could point towards further improvement. You'd want to bench them for Gameweek 5, but this is easy enough to plan for, and it's so far down the road that you have 4 free transfers before getting there. If Coutinho and Watkins show pre-season form, then they could be worth consideration too. I plan to do videos tracking the pre-season form, so hit subscribe so you don't miss that. One immediate observation that leapt out to me is that the newly promoted sides all have bad opening fixtures, which could limit the number of enablers, and we'll certainly have to search even harder. The Brighton fixtures also look good. Sanchez or a defender an option there, and likewise Trossard, who did finish the season strong. Leeds have good fixtures too, but at the moment Rafinha the only consideration. Anyway, I'll read all your comments, so leave one below of your thoughts on the fixtures or players in your thinking. See you soon for the next one.